Chama Wontumi ekokopie mu ewo court na okokopie mu court no abusua. There is some drama be a happen here in court na sasem we dey na asem na esre ba ba ne de Chama Wontumi kokopie mu no mobeka ya ensesa ye won samana boy case no wo ho sa samana boy case na no na right now judge no a change date no na the final judgment na 3rd July and or change date no at the court 20th July. Abusua na osanso kopie mu court on a yesa ne Tanon Nimrim Forest case no so ewo ho na Chama Wontumi kopie mu court no ye frɛ Chama Wontumi abusua Chama Wontumi ababe jina da kam ne lawyer we ya ne lawyer no wa ma me pie mu ewo court o ye nkohwe Chama Wontumi ne lawyer Andy Appiah Kubi refuse say obeba be pie mu court o na then na ama Chama Wontumi ne lawyer ama be pie mu court o ebisa ya yes Chama Wontumi ne lawyer oyare enu ntina ama na ntumi ama be pie mu court na no so tactics ebi me bisa say tactics bi a Andy Appiah Kubi person o de rem o Tanon Nimrim Forest ni mu ana cause adi ntina yes o to me refuse o clients abusua asemwe wanwa eno ene ya project ere atu ye screen no enchen de amam no Chama Wontumi Tanon Nimrim Forest mining case adjourned to July 21st over failure of his lawyer Appiah Kubi to attend hearing due to ill health. Abusua intino case no ya adjourn ere akwa pim ewo 21st July. Se mobile kan so a the final judgment no 20th June. Yeah, if I stand to be corrected, I think say 3rd July. The final judgment near 20th July. And after say then a judgment date no, you be make a final ruling no. The next day, obesan so akwa mu e court near the win so Tanon Nimrim Forest so abono ho a enye asam keto akra ntino there is some issues being so ekoso e political highway so efa Chama Wontumi ene ekuwa sensensem tokonu ensem bi a ekoso ene ade mom yanko na yankonkoti ye ba ye de aka e ba beto amoso na unsubscribe ya subscribe na hit on the notification bell so na be any update be able drop no so onsa ebetumi aka bi na Ghana ha open computer papa and a laptop papa na we use Abura Perosi computers and accessories ho and I obenya laptop papa na we use free number ya egu ye screen as 0247030108 and I say 0597942133 location enya your akwan o Kumasi Chrome Estates Eli Medamase.
Na ye kasasa na yi hu ana se konkonsa de ejire hwe Kevin jai ai obwa emfiri na kubem eyensam keka ai se me nyini won Nicaragua for asa so I am a Nicaraguan. I am a Nicaraguan. It is a soup. It is not a soup, sorry, it is a stew. Now near tia and an ancien near Nyashikra near the Yenia Bre Emma, ye read the Ghana Beko, and a ye Salam Mustafa Bekaches. Oh, a brand about why a lady Biana or a party. I could join the NDC. Now, lady, I could join the NDC into MPP for be brebu. And I think the lady made a comment recently. Her own opinion. The way when I make comment here, it is my opinion. Obi all the right to speak their mind. Until lady a comment, about how she feels about the MPP, why she moved from the MPP to the NDC. Fine, I mean I don't care about those things. Obana and action argument because she used to be part of the NPP. Now, Sister Naka said it is a soup. No, now MPP for said no, it is a stew. Why are you bagged? Has somebody bagged? Lady Nika said MPP no, it is a stew, and MPP for said no, it is a soup. Lady Nika said we na MPP for youth national youth organizer on a Bawumia 8 Obwa Bawumia from the time Bawumia power on a Bawumia and Nam Bawumia campaign ujim honestly a 10 it is a Bawumia and Oba wanted to say no asamna lady nakano sebio obechiche mu Ghana for mu asamna say bo ya de tie enke bi hyemu Nicaragua for be kese a omo pepa no achia na achia so emu ye okọ Nicaragua e ba ebu ni first no say ye de ba beji usika edi na say ye beji ademuade a yes bo asebe de aka na obi anim say sebio chia na achia de emu ye moja de emu edu che nsuo omo boa obeji usika edi ai ademude Sa ben ye bu na himfie pa. Ene na ba afọ akotobu. Ene odi nya sika. Ai. Ancha na achia na mbu ye. Na ewi ese de untumi uye mu nso no emfa sa wan hyem. Opa kire o se. Hey! Ba afọ akoto ni kro no. Ba afọ akoto. Enti eye time asam de ba ye no ena eye Mustafa Salam. Oye National Youth Organizer. Oneba omia ne nam ono nimba omia chemi. Memitie mi nimba omia. The honest truth is that mi hu ba omia da. It is so shocking, right? Yeah. Memitie Mahamudu ba omia mi hu no physically da. Obi abe hu no da. Eye de Ekufuado. He came to governor's seminar at Washington DC. I filmed that seminar. I was there. 2016 when the NDC were campaigning, MPP were campaigning 2016 elections. I was in Ghana. I filmed with my wife. It was a documentary I was shooting. That was the first time me who different politicians were MPP and NDC. I think that is the time I me who John Mahama for the first time in my life, 2016. Yeah. It was trade fair. I think, where did they have? I think Ekufuado, they had their final rally at Efwa Sutherland Park, if I'm right. And NDC for a final rally, no, it was trade fair. If I'm right, I think because we shot this documentary for some outlets. And that was the first time company me who mama no ojina car no she red. And when I was filming myself and my wife, we were filming. So I saw it clearly. I zoomed in. Now, enti me nimba umia tina office that me who gani da in my life. There are so many politicians in Ghana. Me who me over NDC from the top. Obi to say General Secretary of MPP, me who NDC me who da. Fifi Kwete, me who say that with my eyes. Me who say, oh, Fifi Kwete the General, me who da. I said physically me who da. Oh, bravo. I can show you executive NPP mu. MPP for the be who be brave. MPP. Me boss is here better than talk I. Because we need pano no hu. We need pano no hu. Hey, one in sa de mu ye nyina, one in kasa intina na MPP for members me bomb de no. Omo ba krom ha ya me ne omo na ekode na me ne omo de tenase young ones no be ba ku mienu bi sam ya wuku kojo pa omo ye me nkofo me ne omo tenase di nkomo inside ha enti me unim nipa me nim nkofo me need time for nkofo de nipa bebre ni momo enti atia na eye abayo an kasa na Mustafa Salam ono ne Mahmoud Baumia nante from eye 20 eye de. Oh, so okay. NDC had theirs at Stadium and an MPP trade fair. Yeah, I remember very well. 2016. That's right. Yes, that's how we filmed it. I think MPP was trade fair and an NDC Stadium. So that's where we filmed it. Now, abayo kasawi no and Salam Mustafa said no. Asamna abayo na kanu ono nimba o miacha abayo no. But you know, says our lady now of free MPP eba NDC no na oya special aid to Baumia. Say Baumia Garia utumi koko. Your Excellency, me patro bi so let them wait. What if Baumia to say let them wait. Let them enti onim Baumia. Say bia Baumia pe bibie dia. Ono na Baumia friends bra. Get me something nice to eat. Something nice, soft, very, very succulent, something that I can really feel. It's lady no nimba omia chem majority of you. It's because says our time no munyina muji to MPP for na enimu post lady no ba omia personal aid. Na enimu da. Say na enimu so to me ba omia dem ekoje paper keke. Oh, Your Excellency, can you sign here? But omia dampe mu krampo na bedsheet katare ho a otumi sorry na we yi pen in the side bed no way you know a sign so you can close the door behind you. It lady no nimba omia. It is a kokra na okwaji document of omia. It does not matter where Baumia is, what he is doing, in which position. She didn't care because the aid Baumia aid no. Na me ekwamiti I never knew. It about you are the free MPP by NDC no. And Wabeka Sana Salam Mustafa so ono de onimba womia any lady we relationship che obi anti mumia ko tie Salam Mustafa na minim da se ba womia nkata to ne sa frɛ ɛyɛ de Salam Mustafa ka se mate se lady or your pimp ya ka se pimpa e te se sebio ba womia ebuta se obi a sebio oboabo ajantrafo ano na sebio de ma etitiru ɛne form pimp. Na nye de bia na nye nsele nye titiru on se bi mo ho nye titiru but e bia pimp nim no na amane kakra on se efia koto sei ono oye pimp onu sei no enche se o so pa oba ne ho fe and the Appiah lo mukuyo ono de ohhye ono de hia ne se wabo o de bema ho enti enya pimp nyina na pimpi ema eye etitirufo pimpifo bitumi pimpi abodamfo e de ma nipa bi e dependent de ewo Go. Ejejire wo de. Me see awo mi na papa na ojima wo no I Dr. Kevin. Ojima wo wie no say ode pasoma papa on twa me belika ko no say o kasa kasa. Nti we papa twa me furuma no o say nchirechirem. Ene je mtumi chirechirem na ye de. Nchirechirem so esi fapem so. Nti mumia gotie Salam Mustafa National Youth Organizer. Obechirechire mumia nyina gotie. Nsam insura sa enwoma o. Mumia gotie. Enya me na meka o. Salam Mustafa muntie ni ye.
Then I get a call to come before DMB. I go, we talk about other issues. Then he asked me, are you aware? Do you know? Have you heard that Rosemont is a pimp? Then I said, sir, as far as I know, I have no evidence that she's a pimp, but it is an opinion people hold about Rosemont that she's a pimp. Then he said, okay.
Nyawotre, yebeko enim, but o say ye nuanum bebre wo ha. Brofo na o kan nti ama omonti de omo kan ase. Abrantie we ye frɛ no Mustafa Salam. Ono ene ye National Youth Organizer. Oni ba omia na nanti abedu nne. Abayo okana so fe no Rosemont no ye MPP ni ende or NDC. Na Rosemont no be kasa na nse ma MPP fo buofu e ma na omo ya madwene se ende ye ntiase ye be kan de oyeye. De eye Salam Mustafa e kan nyina na se o se na o ho. E na Mahamudu ba omia frɛ no se Salambra. O se ba omia wentiem. O se ba omia ka se o bra na miri ni fie. E na o se o fide o call ba omia ho. O say anima de kwenti aba omia friend quietly a o ka chen so Samira ni fie na bra. Enti Salam Mustafa say ba omia friend say ombra the office e o fie na ombusa na sembi. Enti also call ba omia office no e na ba omia say tupono nim e na ba omia say onto gate nim e na otum kakra e na otena ba omia nim e na ba omia say abayo aye friend Rosemont no what to say or the mama mema e na o say oh Baumia, asemi di okane brofo na mididwom yo. O kase bebo akobia wo de. Ono so, Your Excellency Mahmudu Baumia. Eye abayo ano. Baumia sema obusa abrante na se Baumia or knowledge. Or say are you aware? Meaning Baumia already knows say ebia lady ni de oye no. But maybe he wanted to know say Salam Mustafa you try to kwatia. Say bi oye kwati botton. Ono so idea say obani se ne be ya ebia Salam Mustafa be wunne say one ebia Rosemont no alleged Rosemont no say na or the mama na enye Salam Mustafa wanwa o otimase because we can say oh Kevin are you aware meaning me and me busa ask question I am already aware. If I am not aware, I wouldn't be able to ask you the question. In this, who study Baumia question now? Mustafa Salam said, Baumia Busane say, are you aware? Before I ask you, are you aware of something? Then I should know what I am asking you. If I have no knowledge, then my question wouldn't be, are you aware? My question would be, do you know? But I will not say, are you aware? Because before I say, are you aware? Then I'm already aware. In Baumia Busa Salam Mustafa say, Wonim say, Wunim say, one can say, Wunim, or say Wunim say, a Rosemont or Chichema. And as Salam Mustafa say, oh, me dear Mati, Yakika, Yeti, in some eninam from him, na Sebio, min sedanim. Because Baumia wanted to be sure, say, Mustafa so yamani biana yamani bi na send ye beya Mustafa ba na obi hye eya Baumia table ase na sebio ekoso a enye Mustafa nwanwa enti Baumia Mustafa say Baumia friend no Baumia busa say are you aware and Mustafa say bo wofa Your Excellency I am not but matete oh ye nim ye keka odukumasi asa ne ka no ye keka na momia nto video no so because brofunti o say ye yabotre.
Then I get a call to come before DMB. I go, we talk about other issues. Then he asked me, are you aware? Do you know? Have you heard that Rosemont is a pimp? Then I said, sir, as far as I know, I have no evidence that she's a pimp, but it is an opinion people hold about Rosemont that she's a pimp. And he said, okay, but I don't have any evidence. But that's the opinion about her. And he said, okay. Later on, I hear so many things that have happened in the office. Some amount of lies and issues of disrespect. And it was beginning to cause some disruptions in the office. She was assigned a role, she leaves the role, and she was more interested in following DMB around. And when she started following around, that's where a lot of information, you know, began to trickle in for all of us to understand. At the time, DMB was the sitting vice president. Wherever he gets his information from, I don't know, and I can't go and ask him. So he was getting a lot of feedback and information. Using DMB's name in doing things that were not proper. And I'll share just a few because I cannot speak to everything. DMB was going to UK for a program, and a list was sent to the protocol officer to work on. Rosemont takes her passport to the protocol officer and says that DMB asked her to bring her passport. But the protocol officer who has been working around knows that that is not the right procedure. That's not how it is done. Upon further checks, it was established that it was not true. It was not DMB that asked her to do that. You cannot use the man's name in such a vile manner.
Moment was ha said the Bayanian omonte brofo se bi on person muti asem no ti ase no omo so beti ase. Na o kasa no Mustafa Salam e ko denim no say. Later na Oti say Bawumia officer Rosemondi adwuma ho na ensam kokoso oso otiti bebre ni na mfrabem. Na question person be busa Salam Mustafa no say, what will make Mahamudu Bawumia ask that question? Because that time, now 8 people had been killed during election 2020. Bawumia didn't care. So that time, now in Suafa 104, Emma Nipabiawu, Emma Oma displaced. Bawumia did not care to ask you about that. Bawumia did not care to ask you about even tardy girls. Bawumia did, as the vice president, the head of the security police council, he did not ask any question. But question here about Bawumia, and it's there Rosemont or your pimp, and I said on your pimp. Are you aware? Very important. Are you aware? Say Rosemont, your pimp. It people say so. Ghana vice. This was what was worrying him. That was the only thing that one friend, the national youth organizer of the party. And your only question to him, any Rosemont, whether she is a pimp, if whether Salam Mustafa is aware, say Rosemont a pimp, it's not interesting. And no one say, but when me friend, the national youth organizer, come to my office. When we say Rosemont now you aid wahano, do ram officer no, do to the crat abrem or demono, Mate say, oh yeah, aware say or your pimp. Then you ask yourself, it's the vice president and the biggest problem, no. Nipa, ya body part 2020 elections. Bawumia didn't ask anything about it. The dollar was close to 24. Bawumia did not care. Fuel prices. The fuel was almost 24 to a liter. Dollar was almost 18. We were talking about inflation close to 57. We were talking about unemployment rate getting out of the roof. We were talking about interest rate. People could not even take loans. We were talking about an economy that was basically collapsing. Bawumia did not feel about anything. He did not care about anything. The only thing Bawumia cared about was to inquire. In fact, wasn't to inquire, to double check whether Mustafa Salam or himself Rosemont Sebio or Linea Jantra for. Now, the question here again, answer the met one in some no. Now, Sana Rosemont, your pimper, one of them, Rosemont, air pimping man, among MPP. Sabaumia problem, you know, so from Salam Mustafa. Now, Abusa said Rosemont, unim so or your pimper. Said now Rosemont, your pimper. Who was Rosemont pimping to? Who was pimpilizing? Rosemont, who was basically, who was the client to Rosemont? Because the pimpilization had to be pimped by pimpilized. By a pimpilized person. So, who was the client to the pimpilization sector? Now, Mumian can some yanko in Samana Salam Mustafa, but Umia is sounding like a pimp gang. Is part of the gang, the pimping gang. Mahmudu is a gangster. He is a gangster. Now, Mumian ko dena Salam Mustafa eke kan brofu mi jom yanko yenim. Salam Mustafa kasano si. Afei, oni ba Umia di sanko mono nkwa wi okwa no say later in some sisi. In some sisi ba Umia office. In fact, Okabibi or see. When the ladies started following Mahamudu Bawumia, when Rosemont, or see time Rosemont started on the Bawumia, A2 among, somebody following somebody. Samama who kwaya Wontumi Ndimechi. Especially a vice president of the Republic of Ghana. Not anybody can just get into the circle of the sitting vice president of the Republic. They lie bad. There are so many MPP for they don't have the right to go close to the vice president. So if Rosemont is following the president, the vice president, then it means the Bawomiana no vice president, he gave the green light, his security gave the green light for Rosemont to be following Bawomia. And following, we use that word advisedly because when they say somebody is following a politician, if it's a nipane to me a breaking security, a politician, then it means the politician is aware of the role of the person following him or her. Salam Mustafa said, when Rosemont began or started following Bawumia, meaning Rosemont was given the green light by the Bawumia team, Bawumia himself to be following him. Yeah, Jujum, Mustafa Salam who said, Bawumia nankasa na ma ho kwan ma Rosemont beka the circle num. Now Bawumia, if you are aware or not aware that Rosemont is a pimp, why would you allow Rosemont to be following you? Sabaomia busa Mustafa Salam question no. Sabaomia obia sebio oye aware kra onya we at least if you have a perception about Rosemont, Rosemont should be stopped. But Rosemont kept following Bawumia around the nation. Bawumia ko campaign and I don't want be fiambeda Rosemont wom. Bawumia ko baby no peduane dia Rosemont wom. Bawumia ekoda hotel na najo obi akoda Rosemont as an aide. Somebody trusted by Bawumia otumi wura ho. Until the question here is, says Salam Mustafa said, when Rosemont started following, nobody can follow the vice president without the vice president knowing. There are people who can be part of vice president entourage, but not everybody has the right to follow him closely. But Salam Mustafa said, when Rosemont started following, the word is following, Following, following. Ordinary political talk. It's ye man I fe. Ye church him send a obinjina baby. Enka say ye can't sama to obi so. Now, Salam Mustafa Castano or say Bawumia had the UK program. Now Bawumia also called UK. Now, in the vice president's office, we are all aware Nipa handle vice president passports. Listen, Rosemont had the passport of the vice president with her. Rosemont edi sa passports no edi kwa koma protocol officer no na Bawumia passport ka ho me yakọ bedu enye oba bia na betuma age me passport ekuta unless I have something special with you. Enye oba jenjen bia. Now we are talking about the vice president of the Republic of Ghana. Oko UK. Now Rosemont na the passport eco protocol office. What are you telling me? Oh, catch him say Rosemont ne tumia owa Bawumia hono na limited. Are you mad? Into your see, Rosemont edi list ni ko protocol office no Rosemont do on say me din fa ka ho fa me passport shem na ba wo mia na say fa me passport shem ye ko UK. Iti Rosemont ko ye no na okuta ba wo mia passport and okuta group no moko and odu on say protocol officer, I am part of this trip, so I am adding my passport. Mustafa Salam Ekasano, or say later, they got to know, say, that is the decision Rosemont took without Mahamudu Bawumia knowing. The question here is, so Rosemont take a decision way, not decision way, a very dangerous decision. Now, can you say, yeah, Rosemont basically went against Emra Emma Obitumi vice president. Why didn't they sack Rosemont that day? Why didn't Mahamudu Bawumia say that this lady is a liar? This lady is basically doing things she's not supposed to do. Why didn't Bawumia come out to say, sack her today or don't allow her to come close to my office? Mahamudu Bawumia never said that. From our information and from his own explanation, Rosemont was still working in the office of Mahamudu Bawumia. Remember, Bawumia Nebusa Mustafa Salam Kotiboto say, are you aware? There are two words you are working with here. Follow.
Okay, I was going to answer my course so our political highway. So, Chairman Wontumi and I just say, I didn't want update at the Bremo Efa Netano Nimrim Forest case, no, I know, and then a lawyer and refuses, say, Obako Pimo, our court. But I must say, some of Japan cocoties are in some way at the Maya.